So, our top 20 one-year celebration, looking back at the songs we've played over this year as chosen by the people in the Discord. The trick here is people have to pick songs that were chosen by other people, and it's such a beautiful gesture. And Prince, I think, started it off by putting the links in our Discord and actually saying who they were chosen by, which I did not expect. So I think that's a beautiful gesture. Thank you for starting that off for everybody, Prince, and thanks everybody for following it. We're listening to right now Final Fantasy IX's Over the Hills, which was the very first track ever played on our first Top 20 Video Game Music Show. And it was when my internet was so bad, I couldn't even really stream gameplay. So this made a lot of sense. And we have a lot of crossover with music fans and video game fans and video game music fans. So let's start off with the first Prince track. He chose one that was originally chosen by Chris, the Grey Wackety Whack Whack. This is Courtney Gears, Death to All Squishies. Got that?
Yeah, what's up, people? It's Courtney Gears. Are you feeling me, robots? I'm feeling you. I see the future, and what do I see? Robots going crazy across the galaxy. Cats and organics, they're soft and squishy. The time is now, where robots must be free. You wanna be free? Then shout with me, yeah! This goes out to all you robots across the galaxy. It's time for you and me to rise up and strike back. Don't stop until we dominate. Won't you feel great when we exterminate all organic life? Yeah, what's up, people?
That was pretty quick. That is the most Princey track that Chris has ever picked. When I clicked and looked at that, I thought, did he make a mistake? This is what Chris picked? Video game songs with lyrics, not usually my favorites. That one, very campy, really fun. Probably the best video games track with lyrics would be Portal's ending theme, when you're not expecting a robot to sing you a song at the end, but feels so perfect. Just a fun little goofy track. I have no idea what this is from. Courtney Gears? What is that from? Ratchet and Clank? Somebody want to let me know? It's from Ratchet and Clank, Rudy says. And weirdly sexual. We've gone through so many themes, and one of the funnest parts of this show is picking a weird theme like Office and trying to make that work. All right. This next track is going to be chosen by Lenot. Also, I have some awards for the different people who have been presenting songs this whole time. We'll bring those up maybe at the halfway point. We'll try to get through as many as we can. And like Chris said and suggested, if we can't at least play them all, we'll at least mention them. I think would be really nice. All right, so this is a Lenot track that was originally chosen by Prince. This is from Bayonetta 2. This is Battle. Tomorrow is Mine, the Bayonetta 2 theme.
Tomorrow's mine. You awoke me, unleashed the fire in my heart. I will dance and I'll defeat them through the light and the dark. Your mistake was to underestimate my power. Won't let go of the fight till tomorrow's mine. All the night, dancing through the fire around me.
Man, I really like that track. This is 2 tracks in a row where I haven't minded that there's lyrics in it, but that like deep, warm, comforting, groovy, like proggy bass, when it hits that chorus, it is so orgasmic, so climactic. It's exactly where you want to be. This song just kicks ass. And it also, I think, sets up the tone of like Bayonetta's crazy ass action game, but it's also going to have a lot of fun just kind of being glamorous and showy. Oh, this song rules. There's not many things I agree with Leonot on, but his taste in music, I like. I would love to see Britney Spears do this. So many great key changes that are just so satisfying. All right, Kingdom Hearts gets brought up a lot on this show, and it's going to be displayed right now. And as much as I hate Kingdom Hearts, it is pretty cool how great the music is. And Yoko Shimomura is bloody amazing. Whether she's scoring Street Fighter 2 or Kingdom Hearts or whatever else she works on. So this next one is an Elazul pick for this week, originally chosen by Leonot. So I'll keep score for you. Leonot, Prince, and Chris all have a previous pick. Seaflon says Yoko Shimomura is the one good part of Kingdom Hearts. I absolutely agree with you. This is from Kingdom Hearts 3 Remind DLC. Zion Data Battle. Vector to the Heavens. And it's a remix to add one more word and complication. I wonder how much Square Enix would have in the bank if they didn't remake everything and remix everything. Just imagine if they're a little more prudent. But hey, you got to spend money to make money, so they must be making a lot of money. How good is that opening melody of like bone da na na na? Just so simple, just a few notes. It's like a melody kind of resigned on itself to just these giant things that are going to happen that you're powerless to stop. Oh my God. This main melody here. And Yoko's really just like sad and elegant and epic piano. What a bloody track. Good Lord. Kingdom Hearts. It makes you want to play the game. And then you look at the cover and you go, oh no, wait, sorry. I'll listen to the music and I'll imagine that there's a much better game happening in my head. Game of life. Wonderful. Great pick. Next up, Rudy chose a Leonot pick. So that's 2 picks for Leonot. He's in the lead. Motherfucker. This is from 13 Sentinels Aegis Rim. Deoxyribose. You know. Deoxyribose. Yep, you said it, Chris. I had never heard of 13 Sentinels Aegis Rim. I would have never listened to the soundtrack. That's one of the greatest uses of video game music I've ever heard. And like the instrumentation's so powerful. It kind of sounds like, it's like something you hear in the arcade, or what the Sega Genesis was always trying to sound like. Holy shit. This thing just battles. It just pounds so hard. Oh my god. I love those low synth tones. There's so much like action and separation to them. Every key is just like you feel it. Nothing's bleeding together. This is so cool. Like Prince said, it feels like you're in the internet fighting God. Oh yeah, now it just sounds like Muse. Holy shit. Wow. What a bloody track. All right, Cephalon didn't... Oh, he did, actually. Cephalon has the next pick, and this was originally an El Azul pick. El Azul. This is Soul Edge, the Edge of Soul.
Transcending history and the world, a tale of soul and swords, eternally retold.
Well, I don't know what else you can really say about that. I think the song kind of speaks for itself. You never get tired of seeing that opening and song, eh? It's very, very intense. You know you're playing a fighting game. That is not the opening to a puzzle game. All that, and they're going to sit in a ring and punch each other in the face for hundreds and hundreds of hours. That was an El Azul pick. Soul Edge. That was really nice. All right, a Chris pick. This is from Cephalon, from our Cyberpunk-themed week that was released before the game Cyberpunk. This is from the game Stellaris, which has a great soundtrack, a whole franchise of great songs. Robo Sapiens. That's some heavy synth. Man, that's awesome. It really has that nice marching feel of like an army of Robo Sapiens. Those like big, meaty synths underneath. Kind of oppressive, but really fun. Yeah, it does feel like you're finally reaching something. It's a really fun energy for being something that could be heavy and oppressive. What a great track. Every time you see the name Stellaris, you think, oh, it's going to be a slow-paced, atmospheric, kind of floaty, in-between track. Something that would make sense in a very long-term space strategy game. And it's always something like this that just pounds and is awesome. Oof. Oh, here we go. Getting more emotional. Come on. Wow, that's really, really special. What a track. Oh. Thank you, Stellaris. Thank you, Chris. Thank you, Seaflon, for that. The next one is a Claudio, or Wispin P, as he likes to be known on Twitch. This is a track originally picked by Journeyman G. Remember him? Or her? It's called Vast Pony Canyon from the little-known game Pokemon's Sun and Moon. Man, that's a really fun track. Kind of groovy, swanky, dirty. It's got a real kind of like mischievous, sort of cheeky melody line. Really fun instrumentation. It almost sounds like something you could hear on like a Super Nintendo or a Genesis. I was expecting it to kind of do a loop around at about the minute point. It almost kind of sounds like a Sonic track. But then it plays around because it's on a newer console. They can stretch out beyond what you would normally hear on like maybe a 1-minute loop on a Genesis or Super Nintendo. Really fun track, like just grooving, man. Pony Canyon. What a party. I love it. Next up, this is from also Claudio. Number 2 for Claudio. Originally picked by me. Woohoo! I get a point. This is the Pictionary theme from the NES. that is bloody insane. That sounds like it should be used in Contra or Batman, and it's for Pictionary. This is crazy. The way they use that, like, the way they use the pitch shifting to make it sound like you're just shredding on the guitar. There's so much. Oh, this is the guy who did Silver Surfer. That's right. And Solstice. This guy was a true innovator with what you could do on the NES chip. He made stuff. The way he programmed with the NES sound chip, he would combine the bass and the percussion. He'd like make one sound like the other, or he would like take the bass and he would lower the bass way down, kind of like you do with a sub hit on like on a drum machine. It's like most drums you hear in sort of like trap music or whatever, like pop music that uses trap beats. Those are actually, they're like drum kicks with the bass cranked way up. So that's what he does. He uses the bass, but he brings the bass down. So it goes like, which gives it this like huge thumping bass. It's insane. The guy was a genius and was so ahead of his time. What he could do. Give it to me. Pictionary. I love that ending. Next up, a Chris pick. He chose one by El Azul from our Latin themed week. This is Kid Icarus, Uprising. Yeah, Kid Icarus. From our Latin theme week, man, what a journey this track is. It's like the Bohemian Rhapsody of Kid Icarus, flamenco, guitar, rock beats, rock organ. It did fool me again. As somebody who's in charge of like knowing when to stop the videos, that was a fool the DJ moment. Fantastic stuff. All right, next up from, oh, I see some nice ones here. This is one of Rudy's picks of the week. Originally a Prince track. Artificial Card Intelligence, Xenon Zard, the main menu theme. Sounds like it's from our party week. That's such a cool way to use the voice with the auto-tune and just use it as more like an instrument. A bit of rhythm, a bit of melody. Just like you're kind of playing a keyboard or you're playing a guitar. What a nice groovy track. That bass kicks ass. Kind of light percussion. Really dancey, really fun, really summery. It's really exciting. This would be great for a card game. I don't know if artificial card intelligence means you are playing some kind of card game. I like the cover of this thing. How interesting does this look? The answer, very, very nice. Dun 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 bump dum. It is a card game. All right, next up is from Legend of Mana. This is Beyond the Truth. Elazul picked this track, and it was originally chosen by Cflon. Sounds like the Christmas song. Really beautiful stuff. This is Yoko Shimomura. Pretty interesting. It has like a regalness to it, like a coldness and elegance. Like you've reached the ice fairy and you're in love with her, but she can only see through you to see the horrors that are coming in the great fire of 82. Yeah, I'd love to hear a remaster this and see what they do. Although it does have a nice sort of like feeling of synthy kind of sterileness too. This is the theme that plays in the ending of one of the main storylines in the game. It would work well for that. All right, Lenot, who always likes to force the issue to get games in that he really likes, rather than play along with the theme of it, and put things in with the technicality, has chosen a song originally picked by Claudio. This is from, well, I won't even tell you. I'll let you listen and guess. Kojima threw this in. I think I'd like to compare him to Quentin Tarantino in terms of, well, I mean, this is a very Quentin Tarantino Pulp Fiction thing to do. When Kojima set the stage of Metal Gear Solid 1 as a cinematic spy thriller that went a little deeper and talked about the meaning of existence in war and life. And Metal Gear Solid 2 took those deep ideas way beyond anything anyone had ever thought possible in video games. Metal Gear Solid 3, he took it back and he had a bit more fun with it. He thought, well, let's just explore the fun parts of Metal Gear Solid 1. We'll put it in a more fun time and be a bit more James Bondy. And then to hide all these versions of these songs and do them so, like, the attention to making this feel authentic to the period is unbelievable. The guitar tones, every instrument that's contributing to this, and then that B section just elevates it beyond just sounding like a silly kind of elevator music theme, and actually really makes it beautiful and meaningful. What a track. Kojima probably at the height of his powers, just having fun. And that's something that's always in Kojima games. I mean, he's kind of a dichotomy that way. He's known for having really long cutscenes, but he actually has killer gameplay, and he puts an emphasis on that. He is known for this part here. He's known for taking himself super seriously, but he's actually also, he loves a good joke. Jace! I love this. Wonderful. All right, this next track, chosen by Leonot, originally chosen by the great Horky Sporky. We're doing some podcasts coming up soon where Horky will reveal his face while we're talking about should reviewers have to beat games. So please look forward to that. This is from Daytona, USA. Let's Go Away, medium track. Now just imagine walking around an arcade and a cabinet doing that over and over again. Daytona, baby. I have no idea what this thing other than Daytona. And yep. What a wonderful track that was. Get to the beat, get to a wee. Very Sonic Adventure. It was a Sega game. 1993, ahead of its time. The time being the apocalypse. All right, this next this next Prince choice was originally chosen by Chris. This is from Disco Elysium, a detective RPG, whirling in rags day music. Get ready to be a bit more sad, a bit more thoughtful. Oh. a happy sad. Oh, that's a nice way to put it. A strange all-nighter you'd pull in college. There's something about that sort of lonely trumpet that sounds like it's kind of calling out in the middle of a train yard or somewhere kind of forlorn or foggy. A kind of a track a movie plays over a montage of both happy and sad things happening. Yeah, when I saw that it was Disco Elysium, I immediately assumed it was going to be a little darker, but this is pretty upbeat. But this is that kind of like 1980s, sort of like the Cure era of it's bouncy pop, but from the mind of a very melancholic person. A great track, Whirling in Rags, Day. Ooh, Something Good by Alt J's so good. Their first album, I believe, is bloody amazing. All right, next up is a Leonot pick that was... Wait a second, was this originally also chosen by Chris? Let me verify this. Perform some calculations. Yes, it was. Another Chris pick. Chosen by Leonot. I'm not even going to say what game it's from or what song it is, because I think you should know. And if you don't, you can fucking kill yourself. What a powerful track. We say it so many times. Silent Hill knew it was a horror game, but the composers decided, well, anyone can just make like a typical horror movie soundtrack. You can have screeching violins, you can have spooky sounds. Why don't we why don't we make really dark pop rock that sounds like it's from the late 90s? It's bloody amazing. It's such an iconic track for sure. Yeah, I'd listen to the alternate track. You posted it on Discord. Qualcomm has good music in games, but you stopped after Cold Steel 2. You start up again. Rethink your own time at some point, though. What a great track. Alright, we're going to try an alternate version of the theme of Laura. This is the theme of Laura trailer version. A little slower, a little more direct and raw with the acoustic. I like how this one is mixed and sort of mic'd a bit more. It's a bit more raw and direct at the acoustic. I think the tempo is nicer here, a little bit slower. The other one sounds like it's in a bit of a rush. More like it's a reprise to do the credits or something. But this is, I think, better to introduce the game. That was really nice. I think I would probably go to that one first. Excellent. That was really nice. Oh, well, thank you, Chris. Next up is a choice by El Azul, and it is one of my picks. One of those tracks that I could listen to forever. I find this track achingly beautiful. It's pretty well known, I think. Unless you're a fan of Cold Trail Steel. And I'll see if you can guess it. So nice because it's using these like harpsichord sounds which are very sort of like regal and elegant, and the way they're kind of like dancing among each other, especially with this character Freya, who's a very elegant creature, holds herself or himself very well, can jump high into the sky, has a real strong code of honor. I was waiting for that bass. Yeah, I think it fits the character so well, who ends up having a pretty sad story. And I love the way that it's a lot of like repeating phrases, bam-ba-doom, bam-ba-doom, and then they're all kind of having these different emphasis points. So You've got this. You got a few that keep going on this. Like, ba, 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 and then they're all kind of like hitting these different points. So it's like different gears inside of a watch, all working together, but at sort of different speeds and different rhythms. A moment of reflection, but the harsh notes are prompting you forwards. Yeah, that's true. It's like one step more, like someone's pushing you from the back. That's a nice way of putting it. Make sure I give myself another point for that one. Goodbye, Freya. This next one, chosen by Rudy, originally picked by Horky. This is from Trackmania 2, Valley soundtrack, The Vast Viridian. All right, that was from Trackmania 2, Valley soundtrack, The Vast Viridian, originally chosen by Horky way back during our racing theme, and this week picked by Rudy, who has great picks. All right, this next one was chosen by, what a great track, welcome Horky, chosen by Chris. This was originally chosen by Claudio. This is the same composer who did that banging theme song to Pictionary. This is one of his much more well-known tracks, an NES masterpiece. One of those tracks you think there's no way this could be done on an NES. This is from Silver Surfer, Level 1 on the NES. Good Bloody Lord. So that's that same trick he was doing, I believe, where he's taking the bass. He has that driving, really low, fat bass line, and then dropping it down to do the kick drum. So instead of using the noise channel on the NES sound chip to give like a decent kick, it's that thick, bassy kick that nobody else really ever copied, but was unbelievable. And really what probably gives it the biggest difference in the sound is that warm bass that's just all over the place, just pounding and then shredding. And then using that great delay. And the place it goes in the B section, holy shit. Holy hell, that is just magic. That's so bloody good. All right, what's this one? This was chosen by Claudio, originally picked by Sifflon. This is from Fate/Extra, 4th Chimeric Lunar Sea, Post-Root Arena Battles. Huh. Give it to me now! That's just really fun. Kind of reminds me of something you'd hear in like Persona 5, maybe. Really kind of grindy, funky bass. Super fun. A lot of room to breathe. A lot of space in between what instruments they're bringing in and the notes. Super dancey. Really nice. Some solo-y stuff, but not just showing off the solo stuff. All right. Beautiful. Okay. And thanks, Horky, for clipping that for me. Hopefully I didn't have the mic on when I was banging the mic like that. This next one, chosen by Claudio, as we double back, was originally picked by Chris. I don't recognize this. Let me have a look at it. This is called Opus Magnum. The track is Intrigue. Intrigue. Yeah, it's very trip hoppy. I'm listening to it on my vintage speakers, and the bass is huge. That is so nice. What a great puzzle theme. There's something about the melodies and arrangement that make you feel very smart, but that there's things just out of reach and that you're putting them together, and just enough of a beat to keep you going, but not wear you out. That's really, really nice. Opus Magnum. Intrigue. Excellent. Well, let's try to bang out all of these. I think we can do it. The Binding of Isaac Afterbirth, Machine in the Walls is the next track, chosen by Claudio, originally picked by the resident Falcom Shill. Is that person here? Pretty similar. Okay. I actually told myself I was going to try to get through these ones a little bit quicker because we had so many to do, but that track just keeps going really, really nicely. Which I would imagine you wouldn't want to get annoyed at these songs since Binding of Isaac is a roguelike, right? So it's just nice and goes down smooth. I feel like you're just chugging something. You're chugging a really thick smoothie, and it never stops. It's like a clown smoothie. 14 clowns worth of smoothie goes down your throat. And how do you feel about that? Feel pretty good. The Binding of Isaac. Antibirth. Wow. This next one chosen by Chris, originally picked by Rudy. Let's give Rudy a point. Oh my god, Rudy, is this your first point on here? Unless I missed it earlier. Interesting. This is from Samarost 3, Space, Taste of Tea, Cosmic version. track. With all the reverb on the kick and the way that they put it a little bit behind the beat and space it out, it gives it that sort of like you're floating in space or you're on like a low gravity planet. And the way it all unfolds is like you've gone to space and everything you thought you knew about the universe from your perspective on Earth is so minuscule compared to everything that might be out there in the galaxy with all these mossy alien creatures. It's really beautiful, really powerful. This really knocked all of us on our ass that had never heard this soundtrack before when we played it. Beautiful. All right, we'll sneak one in for Chris because it was chosen by me. I will not give myself a point for this, though, in the competition. Currently, Chris is leading with 4 points, Seaflon with 3. Super Mario World Castle Theme. What a nice track. And you know what the coolest thing about it is it's just a minor version of the main thing above, like bum bum ba-dum 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 bum 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 ba-dum da 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 la da 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 da. And then when it raises that bass note, bum 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 ba ba. God, it's so epic. That I would love to see an orchestra play. Oh baby, give me that orchestra. All right, next up is chosen by Rudy. And he chose Dragon Quest V on the PS2, Heaven. This was originally picked by me, so give yourself a point, Matt. This is Heaven from Dragon Quest V. I believe it's the PS2 remaster with an orchestra. From the top, please. I wonder if, is this, I mean, it's so classically inspired. And, Orky, this is beautiful. Where did you find it? Oh, it's a game where you beat up slime monsters. Not very, very classically inspired. It might be like a direct homage to an older piece. I've heard the original. It took me a while, and I finally tracked down the Super Nintendo version of it. And it's it has some pieces from this. They really took liberties with it, and it worked really, really well. So, what a beautiful track. All right, let's start pounding through these hard. This one, chosen by Rudy, was originally picked by Siflon. This is Shin Go Ketsuji Ichizoku Matrimele. Let's go. On Muji. Let's go, Necromancer. What the hell?
生きながら恨み憎しみ集りしは悪鬼や国を呼び覚ますその月光をなだめる陰陽の道
Well, I don't think there's any doubt that this is Japanese and a video game thing. Wonderful. I don't know what this is. Power Instinct it's from. Orky might know what he's saying. I keep saying that this is from Kamurocho, but Kamurocho is a fake place, right? That it's a fighting game that was released in 2003. That feels pretty late for this kind of nonsense. Okay. That was quite the dance. Thank you very much. This next one, chosen by El Azul, originally picked by Claudio Kabukicho. He was saying not to do something. All right, I'll listen to him. Maybe he's talking to himself to be in this dance. This is from DuckTales, The Moon Theme. Not quite the same. Like when you expect an NES song, you expect this. A bit more like pitchy, a little harder on the ears. There's not that great bass. And it's like colder, lonely percussion. Which is like the exact opposite of what that guy was able to do. Him and his brother. on Silver Surfer. It does kind of have like a Lavender Town. It's that beeping. It almost sounds like a Game Boy song. I love the turnaround, the way they incorporate that sort of like mystical, very, very moon-like. What a great track. DuckTales. All right, this one. Originally, the show was suggested by Lachlan, Crazy Cause, Dark Horse, the guy who started the whole website and everything and the channel. This show was suggested by his dad. He said, why don't you do some kind of a countdown video game show? People can vote in and see what songs stay on the charts. And that's how we were going to do it. And then it ended up being more fun to just sort of suggest whatever. But there still are some songs that make their way into a lot of different lists. This is one of them. And this was the first one that felt like it was going to stay on the charts for a long time. This has been restored to HD from its Super Nintendo roots. Originally picked by Lee Knott. David Wise is just such a genius of ambient music. The way he spells out his chords with the notes, the instrumentation, the delay, making things kind of sound like they're always bubbling to the surface. He makes music that doesn't sound like it's moving horizontally or forward. It makes it sound like it's all vertical. Like there's just different elements that are bubbling up and rising up, and it's gives it that incredible ambience that still has a momentum to it as well. But he's one of the greatest all time of making like just delicious melodic, imaginative ambient music. Yeah, wouldn't it be great? It'd be cool to add stuff to this, add these tracks to like a Super Nintendo ROM, like a ROM hack of the old Diddy Kong games. I mean, Nintendo should be adding, like, licensing these things out. That's cool. They should do that. And Nintendo should be licensing them out and adding it into the ROMs that they give you as for signing up for their Nintendo thing. It's so nice. Yeah, emulators. Come on, Nintendo. Do what emulators can do. All right, next up, these are Lena picks originally chosen by Siegfried Nicolo Stauffen. This is from Dark Souls III, Lorien Elder Prince and Lothric Younger Prince. I don't know if we'll have time to hear the whole thing. We definitely won't. was pretty close there. And then I probably panicked and got greedy. I could have dodged that. That was close. What a great track. What a dummy that was. A beautiful track. Heavy. Melancholic. Kind of reminds me of that Yoko Shimomura track we heard from the boss fight in Kingdom Hearts. Very, very good. All right, this is a Felix picked by Lenot from Nier Automata. Weight of the World. All right. Nier Automata. Wonderful. Let's go through some of the awards. The first user song ever chosen. I don't know who it was by, but it was Final Fantasy XV's Somnus. Does anyone remember who chose that one? Award for the most variety and musical nerdiness. Sort of the ones that I hear and I go, yeah, I like this. Kind of as a musician hearing them shred. Goes to Claudio and Rudy. The award for, wow, there's a SpongeBob song for everything, and the only person who listens to classic PC CD edutainment soundtracks, and also here's 2 Detective Barbie tracks, goes to Prince. The most likely to play an Ape Escape or something with a UK garage trip-hop feel, that's Chris. Most likely to force a song that doesn't fit into our theme because it's from one of the few games that they stand for, but that I will begrudgingly admit that I like, Lenot. Most likely to submit a Legend of Mana track, El Azul. The award for, before this, I didn't know what Tuhu was. Now I can't believe how many bloody Tuhu games there are, and I'm still not sure what it means. Goes to Cflon. The award for Best Racing Tracks You Didn't Know You Wanted to Hear a Lot goes to Horky. Did we get it, everybody? Anyone else have any other any awards they wanted to give out? And everybody for making this happen for a year. Awesome. All right, we got 2 more. These are the last Prince picks. This one was originally chosen by Lenot, which gives Lenot 4.5 points. So he's going to be tied with Chris and Cflon for the lead. This is from Metal Gear Rising Revengeance. Hot Wind Blowing, featuring Ferry Corsten. Ferry Corsten. What a name they made for themselves. Oh yeah, that was neat. I would be interested in hearing it without the vocals. Some cool sounds in there. Not really my thing, but hey. It's a variety of music and variety of tastes we present here, so I hope that other people are really digging it. That was Metal Gear Rising Revengeance. Alright, this last one, chosen by Prince, originally a C-Flan track. This is Senzoki Seki 3, The Legend of Heroes. First volume. Liftoff. Oh my god. And that is a dense musical track. There's just like a whole... It's like the rhythm, the bass, and the percussion underneath is like somebody just turned on a fire hose. Very, very propulsive, very 90s, dancey, with that really thoughtful melodies over top. Beautiful track, and that was originally picked by Rudy, not Seaflum, like I had said. Well, that was a lot of fun. Thanks, everybody, for making this happen. This is one of my favorite picks from the Latin week. From Suikoden 4. Suikoden! And we gotta have some Birdman. But I couldn't pick Birdman because I always pick Birdman. So if you're watching this on YouTube, that'll be the end of this episode after the song. If you're watching on Twitch, we'll keep going and we'll pick next week's theme. Thanks to everybody that has made this what it is. Couldn't have done it without you. I am merely the person who just gets to sit here and click a few things. Thanks everybody for bringing all this great music to everyone's attention and sharing it and having such a nice positive spot to do that, which is tough on the internet. Awesome.